whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked, even mine enemy, and my foe came upon me to eat of my flesh, they stumbled and said, Thy the whole should encamp against me. My heart should not fear. Thy wall shall rise against me. In this will I be comforted. One thing have I desired, that will I seek after that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord, and to inquire in his temple. And for the time of trouble, he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me upon a rock, and now shall my head be lifted up above my enemies. So I read you all the to the 6th chapter, the 27th verse. May the Lord have a blessing to read it and to hear it.
Amen. Amen. Okay. So everybody's ready. So Caitlin, it is everybody. Today's Kwanzaa principle is Kujichagulia, which means self-determination. All right, so come on, Caitlin.
All right.
We're going to light our candles. Here you go.
Okay, so which one's okay?
You're doing this one and the first rib.
Okay. Got it now?
Yes. All right. Umoja. Unity. Kujichagulia. Self-determination. All right. Yay. So, at this point, we're going to have the reading of the libation statement, and then we're going to pour our libations and call the ancestors into the room so they know we are here and honoring them. We're going to do the Tashi La Tabiko, the libation statement, and tomorrow I hope Justin can do this. All right. Our fathers and mothers came here, lived, loved, struggled, and built here at this place that love and labor grows like the sun and gave strength and meaning to the day. For them then, who gave so much, we give in return on this same soil, we will sow our seeds and build and move in unity and strength. Here too, we will continue their struggle for liberation on a higher level of the human life. May our eyes be done. May our strength be done. And we'll start over there. May our eyes be done. May our strength be done. And the moments of our life unite up. And may we remember and honor our ancestors and the legacy they left for as long as the sun and the waters flow. For people everywhere, man. For Shaka, Samarian, and Zena, and all the others, known and unknown, who defended our ancestral land, history, and humanity from alien invaders. For Garvey, Muhammad, Malcolm, and King, Harriet, Fannie Lou, Sojourner, Bethune, and Nat Turner, and all the others who dared to define, defend, and develop our interests as a people. For our children in the fuller and freer lives, they will live because we struggle. For Kawaida, and then Gusu Saba, the new system of views and values, which gives identity, purpose, and direction to our lives. For the new world we struggle to build, and for the continuing struggle through which we will inevitably rescue and reconstruct our history and humanity in our own image according to our own needs. Hooray! 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 All right, ancestors. Obi on one.
Verse 4.
Harambe. 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 Malcolm X. Betty Shabazz. Harambe. Coretta Scott King.
Elijah Cummings.
Harambe. John Conyers. Shirley Chisholm.
Tuskegee Airmen.
Harambe.
Joe Louis.
Harambe.
Muhammad Ali.
Harambe.
O.B. Hunt.
Harambe. Denmark Vesey. Denmark Vesey. Harambe. Charles Rebels. Harambe. Harriet Tubman. Harambe. Benjamin Banneker. Harambe. Harambe. Harambe.
Booker T. Washington.
Harambe. Oh, we need the Wallace. Josephine Baker. James Baldwin. Harambe.
Oh, what was our petition?
Oh, Cato. Octavius Cato. Harambe. What's his name? Florius.
Harambe.
Yes. Harambe.
Frederick Douglass.
Harambe. Harambe. Oh, that's good, you guys. Those were excellent. And to all, oh yes, George Washington Carver. And to all the ancestors who have brought us where we are today. Harambe. All right, that was awesome. Okay, so that was awesome, you guys. Awesome.
Yeah.
So this principle today is self-determination. It follows umoja. We learned yesterday that umoja is important because it is what creates unity, and that without unity we can't stay. And Kujichagulia purposefully is the second day because it reinforces umoja. And self-determination is sadly one of the principles that people miss the most in their lives. And that is the principle of, let's read it together. To define ourselves, name ourselves, create for ourselves, and speak for ourselves. My book reads, to define ourselves, name ourselves, create for ourselves, and speak for ourselves, instead of being defined, named, created for, and spoken for by others. Why does it matter that we define ourselves instead of being defined by others?
Or would we still slave mentality?
Well, get it, Mark. Speak. Why else do we want to define ourselves? Who we are, what we can accomplish, what we can create.
To make us make I don't want to say race, but make our race stronger.
Yes,
You know?
absolutely. By having a self-determination.
Yeah.
You know, there's a internet viral post right now on Twitter, and in the post, a little white girl is given a doll, a black doll, black doll, and she opens up the box and starts crying and hollering and screaming, and then she takes the doll and throws it in disgust, and her parents are hollering, laughing the entire time.
They thought it was a joke.
They put it on the internet.
And put it on the internet because they thought it was so funny, cute.
Did they get some backlash?
Oh yeah, people are going off.
Oh, this just was.
Oh yeah, it's today, and I guess it's from yesterday.
A joke?
Or 2 days ago.
That was a joke. It's fake.
It's just evil, Mama. It was teaching a child to hate black. That's what it basically is doing. And so some white parents have been showing their children getting black dolls and hugging them, loving them, and they've been responding and saying, this is horrible. You shouldn't be teaching hate this way, and the parents are wrong to be laughing and thinking it's a big joke and reinforcing her hate, and that they could have done better. And but it goes to if a black child saw that and they didn't have a mother or a father or brother or somebody to reinforce, or sister to reinforce within them that kind of hate is stupid, it's ugly, and it's wrong, and that they're beautiful in their blackness, and that they ought to be happy in their blackness. If they don't hear that, then they never get to define themselves. If we looked at that family's actions and thought that was our norm, that that's who we are, then we would all be sitting up here right now trying to rub our skin off. Right. We'd be hating ourselves. So the process of self-determination is that it's so important that we carry within us our strength. A friend of mine told me a story today that when he went to court, the judge looked at him and said, "Who's your lawyer?" Basically, are you the defendant in this case? And he said, "No, Your Honor, I'm the lawyer." And she didn't accept it. And that she was very resistant to the idea that a black lawyer. Oh, then she asked him, was he barred in the state of Maryland? And otherwise, I know this is not a black attorney appearing for me who is a member of the bar here in Maryland, which is ignorant, right? Because in Maryland, you have so many blacks, and it's so ignorant. It's 25% of the population is black. So it's ignorant for her to think that there wouldn't be black attorneys. I wrote him back and said, when I went to get admitted to the Eastern District of the federal courts in North Carolina, after I had been admitted, they were admitting like 30 people. And the first 15, the judge admitted, congratulated them, welcomed them to the bar, and then they called me.
Yeah.
And I walked up and he said, "Why are you here? Where's your lawyer? Do you have a case here? We're not hearing criminal cases," or something like that today. And I said, "I'm here to be admitted. They just called my name. I'm Barbara Arnwine."
Yeah.
And he said, "You sure that you're here?" And I said, "I am a member of the North Carolina bar. I am here to be admitted." And I'm not talking about no 1950, y'all. Ain't no 1960. This is 1970. This is 1980s. And he proceeded to do something that was evil. He said, "I am going to call a recess for 45 minutes because I got to check this out."
Oh my
Yes, he did. He called a recess. Now, mind you, my name doesn't get called like anybody else's name unless you're on the list. He's going to call Raleigh to verify that I am an admitted attorney in good standing. Done that to no one else. And proceeded to keep everybody run in the courthouse for 45 minutes waiting for him. And the other lawyers, instead of saying this is disgraceful, this is horrible, this shouldn't be happening, they're all looking at me like you're holding us up. It was so humiliating and angering. And I was there by myself. It was horrid. I was the only black woman lawyer in the entire space. And this fool pulled this action. And after 45 minutes, he came and he got back on the bench. They called my name again, and he said, "Done, done, nothing. No, welcome to the bar. No, thank you, congratulations. No, I'm sorry, nothing. Just done." And then he went on and admitted the other 15 graciously, each one. Congratulations, John. Congratulations, Jane. Welcome to the North Carolina Middle District Court. So glad you're here. Can't wait to work with you over the coming years. Just purposefully rubbing it in. It was evil. So that is why, if I had been a person, a lesser person, and if my friend had been a lesser person, we could have just turned on our heels and given up and said, this stuff is rigged. It's never going to be fair. I got to deal with these hostile judges. How am I ever going to win? If we had been lesser people and not had some self-determination, some Kujichagulia, if we didn't know how to define ourselves, to name ourselves, to create for ourselves, and to speak for ourselves, instead of letting those judges define, name, and create and speak for us, imagine. But let me tell you, this country is littered with bodies of people who came up against those odds and gave up. Littered with those bodies, littered with the tragedy of it. So we never should forget how important Kujichagulia is. And we got about 8 minutes. And so quickly, I'm going to ask everybody to just call out. It says, I'm going to read this really quickly, and then we're going to just call out a couple of examples of Kujichagulia, and then we're going to do the Tashila Tutanana, and then we can keep talking about next year. About what we're going to do in 2020, have self-determination. We can do that after we kill the camera, right? At midnight. All right? We are like 7 minutes to midnight. Who has the, we got 10 minutes. I'm sorry. We got 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes. All right. So Kujichagulia says, the second principle of the Nguzo Saba is self-determination. This too expresses itself as both commitment and practice. Man, we learned that yesterday. It is about commitment, principle, and practice. It demands that we as an African people define, defend, and develop ourselves instead of allowing or encourage others to do this. It requires that we recover lost memory and once again shape our world in our own image and interests. It is a call to recover and speak our own special truth to the world and raise images above the earth that reflect our capacity for human greatness and progress. The first act of a free people is to shape its world in its own image and interest. And it is a statement about their conception of self and their commitment to self-determination. Frantz Fanon has said each person must ask him or herself 3 basic questions. Who am I? Am I really who I am? And am I all that I ought to be? Who am I? Who am I? Am I really who I am? And am I all that I ought to be? Some good questions, right? Yes. These are questions of history and culture, not simply queries or questions of personal identity. More profoundly, there are questions of collective identity based and born out in historical and cultural practice, and the essential quality of that practice must be the quality of self-determination. It's interesting. When the United Nations was founded, I teach human rights law. as part of, I teach U.S. constitutional law, comparative constitutional law, and human rights law. When they founded the United Nations after World War, a considerable time after World War I, in the 40s after World War II, the number one principle in all the documents, all the work that the UN did was around self-determination. Because you had all these nations that were being decolonized. They were no longer part of the British Empire. They were breaking away. They were no longer part of different kind of, oppressive axis. They were breaking away. And as all these nations started coming into being, the question of self-determination, who are they? What are they? What's their boundaries? Who's living within them? What is the goal of this nation? Why is there this nation, this geography? Why does it exist? What is its purpose?
Yeah.
Had to be talked about. And believe it or not, within the UN, there was a huge fight for years about the term self-determination. Because some people didn't want to use it. Because the British, the French, the Portuguese, the Germans, all the oppressors who had colonies hated the term because they felt it would make people want to liberate themselves.
Yeah.
So they didn't want it.
Yeah.
And they fought the term. And but they were overridden by a whole lot of other forces. But it's important for us to understand how critical that concept is. Okay, other thoughts on self-determination in the next couple minutes?
Yeah.
Dustin, any thoughts?
Well, me and D'Anthony were just talking about this.
Oh, really?
Self-determination is, for both of us. We were saying that like self-determination is, even if you're not at the highest of points, you know that the people who are didn't just wake up one morning and they didn't just roll out the bed and just end up number one on the country music charts, or like the number one soccer player in the world, or like the NBA champion. There was a time when Kawhi Leonard was just sitting on the bench on the Spurs. Everyone wondering, where's he gonna go? Where's he gonna go? Oh, he went with the Raptors? What's he gonna do over there? Win the championship? But nobody knew it. The only person who knew it was him. Everyone was laughing. The Raptors. Oh man, how far he fell.
Yeah, it's determined. That's right.
But so you gotta, before it actually happens. Well, it's never going to happen if you can't see it first.
Amen.
You have to see it before you actually accomplish it. You have to know that, like, yeah, I'm going to the Raptors to play with all these people no one's heard about, but we're gonna win the championship.
Amen.
Self-assured.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
But it also is practice.
Yeah, it takes
But
a lot
it's
of work.
practice.
It takes a lot of
It takes
what
practice.
they call it,
No.
tribulations, like
Yeah.
fails and
It takes
And
practice.
this is what I thought about. Like, we got somebody famous from our,
Yeah.
we know, name streets and monuments after them, so they could be remembered in another way also.
Amen.
And they say, who was that? We on Marvin Street. They say, well, who was he?
Marvin Street.
Yeah. Yeah, they that they have a history of yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, it could be monuments or streets or railroad tracks or
Yes.
a bridge, something,
Okay. Well, now just for the formality. Oh, Mom, you have to say something.
grandma.
Self-determination.
Oh, because we're getting ready to because midnight.
We're coming back to it.
Yeah, I know this happened.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you
Mom.
come back to me.
Say what you gotta say.
She said she would come back to me
Oh,
later.
you wanna come back? Okay.
Okay.
So everybody, get your cups.
Oh, I need some more.
Need some
somebody
more?
give me that cup right there. All right. Thank you. Everybody, get your cup. Here, here's the.
All right.
Yes.
All right, everybody ready?
Yeah.
All right. The Tashi Tanana. Whoa.
That would have got on grandma for you at the hospital.
The farewell statement. Strive for discipline, dedication, and achievement, and always do their struggle and sacrifice and gain the strength that comes from this. Build where you are and dare leave a legacy that will last as long as the sun shines. And the water practice daily. Kujichagulia. And may the wisdom of the ancestors always walk with us. May the years end meet us laughing and stronger. May our children honor us by following our example in love and struggle. And at the end of next year, may we sit again together with a married couple. Their lords and lovers with a ring. With great achievement and also some liberation at a higher level of human life. And put our Harami on it. Yeah, for our future grandchildren. For the wedding. For the It's an African holiday. Kwanzaa, Kwanzaa, Kwanzaa. It's an African holiday. 7 principles for 7 days. It's an African holiday. Kwanzaa, Kwanzaa, Kwanzaa. Remember, we unite with Moses. And then it's 12 o'clock. We end
Another day.
another Kwanzaa. So let's get back to just talking.
To grandma's stuff.
Yeah, to mom, grandma's self-determination.
I want to get that on the screen.
Yeah, we want to get
Before we
that.
end this.
Yes.
Your self-determination.
Determination. Oh, for
To define
2020.
yourself, name yourself, create for yourself, and speak for yourself.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that's what I will go do
Yeah,
next.
Or that you've already done, like your plays, or
Oh, okay.
just an example of times when you defined yourself, named yourself, created for yourself.
Yeah, you
Seaside
said something.
Hospital.
Yeah,
That was self-determination.
Yeah, I did.
You want to let them know?
Baby, go ahead.
Let them know what Seaside Hospital was.
Oh, yes. I went in. I had told everybody because they wouldn't let the black have the babies at the Seaside Hospital. And I had told, I said, I'm going to have my baby at Seaside Hospital. And everybody looked at me like I was crazy. So I got it that morning. I got it. I started having the pain. So my husband got angry because I wouldn't go to let him take me to the hospital. So he went on to work. And I got up and I started washing and cleaning and making up the beds and changing beds and all. And I'm having pain. I wouldn't go to the hospital. So, with Barbara. With Ruth. I was pregnant with Barbara. And
You know, not Barbara.
and my
I grew up thinking my name was Barbara. So they call me Barbara.
and that's what it is. And my sister-in-law, she was right family. Her name was Ruth. So she's the one that helped name Barbara.
Oh, okay.
And we waited. So she said, "You want me to call her to the ambulance?" I said, "Not yet." And so finally, I told her go call. So they came. And when they got to the hospital with me, they came out there and seen I was black. And the nurse, she went on back in the and left me in the ambulance. She went on back in the hospital. And so the driver said, "They're not gonna let you have no baby here." I said, "Have my baby right here." He said, "You ain't having in the ambulance." He's not taking you out of here. He took me out of the ambulance because he seen I was so near and taking me on into the hospital.
Okay.
He said, "Well, I'm doing my duty."
Yeah.
He said, and he just take me there, set me there. So they just kept walking by, looking at me, walking by, and I'm still sitting there having things.
Woo.
And so finally, one doctor came in, had more nerve and courtesy, and he came and he got me, taking me on in, and I had an baby.
So wait a minute, no. Come on, you gotta tell the rest of the story.
Okay.
Because the nurse comes back
Yeah.
and she says, no, you can't have that baby in this hospital. You gotta go over to the black hospital. And she said, no, she can't. And the doctor is examining mama, and he says,
Yeah.
no time for that.
Said she don't have enough time.
She doesn't have enough time. She gotta have that baby right now.
Yeah.
And I'm delivering this baby right now.
Right now.
And that's what happened. And then he goes, takes you back. Because remember, the nurse was trying to push my head back in the cavity.
She was trying to hold the baby.
Trying to push my little head.
And the ambulance driver was gone. I mean, the man brought me there, he was gone.
They tried to push me back in.
Trying to hold him in there. You
Trying to kill
that baby.
Trying to kill me.
And Barbara was the first black baby born in the Seaside Hospital in Long Beach County.
And not only that,
That should have made history, huh?
right?
Yeah.
But also, it should have told you who I was going to be as a child. It should have told you who I was going to grow up to be. Because Mama said I hated all the nurses.
Oh, my Lord.
She said I would turn my nose up at every single nurse.
Yeah.
Well, they were trying to push you back.
Trying to hold her in. So they could take me to the other
They
hospital.
said that they would say, "What a cute baby," and I go,
Yeah. Yeah. And I was the only person in room to know. They gave me my own bedroom.
"Right, 'cause nobody wanted to be with the black boy." So you were in luxury.
Yeah.
You were living in style.
Yeah, long room. But anyway, after that, everybody started loving me. The nurses, all they started liking me when they started.
And the other advantage,
They seen I was human.
my mother broke every barrier because in California, once the baby is delivered at the hospital has to provide well baby services.
Right.
That hospital has to. They can't refer you to another hospital at that point.
Yeah.
So they had to see my little butt every well baby time. And Mama made sure to bring me to every checkup. Every possible checkup.
Yeah.
So that was a black baby, black mama.
Yeah.
Every day, every month, she made sure to bring me for anything.
Yeah.
And I even called it.
When I got into the hospital, they were so nice.
Yeah.
The patients was
Yeah.
very nice to me.
Yes.
But those nurses,
Yes.
they was taught that they wouldn't.
Oh, that they were concerned black people.
And they were scared they would lose their jobs.
Oh, I still run into that in New York.
So, Grandma, that was your self-determination.
Right.
That was self-determination.
That's a Kujichagulia.
Yeah.
Everybody was telling you that there was no way in the world you were gonna have your baby in Seaside Hospital,
Yeah.
and you saw it.
Yeah.
You had to see it before you did it. No one else believed it was gonna happen, and then you did it.
I don't know why it just came up on me
Amen.
to do this. This
Amen.
is what I wanted to do.
Amen.
Mhm.
How long are you?
Amen.
Doesn't matter. It's fun.
God. Nothing but God.
Yeah, he's good.
And you told me that story as a baby, and that story inspired me.
Yeah.
It inspired me. And I don't know who I might have been without that story.
Oh, really?
Because think about it.
God bless you. That is the truth, is because you know how she were.
'Cause it made me know that I had come in this world special.
Cause you used to go do all those setting-ins.
Yeah.
and all that. Yeah.
Just like Justin, when he was born, out of nowhere, on a gray, gloomy, ugly, absolutely terrible day in Boston, the minute his head crowned,
Oh, yeah.
a ray of light came streaming through the windows
Yeah.
and went directly to his head
Hear the baby's head.
and shone his whole head up,
Yeah.
just shined it up.
Yeah.
And everybody in the hospital, everybody in the room, went, all the nurses, the doctors, everybody. They had never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
And that was a sign from God to Justin that he expects great things.
Great things.
Great things.
Oh, yeah,
It
just.
may not be today,
But it's coming
may
up.
not be tomorrow,
It's coming up.
but there's a blessing over you, a special calling over you
He's good.
that's
too.
gonna come out.
He's sweet too.
It's gonna come out. It's gonna be
He's sweet
manifest
too,
one day. It's gonna be manifest one day.
Give me one of those peppermints there.
So, Gina, what's your Kujichagulia?
I guess
Oh,
she said-
mine's a birth story also.
Oh,
Well, also, you did some self-determination of your own this year. Well, this is about you.
let's hear this. Let's hear this. We want to hear a cadence.
Okay.
My story is when I got pregnant with Caitlin, I was in children's center, and then I was in a pregnancy group home, and then I got moved to a foster home with her when I was pregnant. And foster mother, she was racist. Every day was about abortion and adoption. And I was told, no white man is going to want a white girl because of your daughter's color. Only thing you're going to date is black. Even despite what she said, I still, went forth to give her.
Yeah.
I pushed the doctors across the room.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm not having this baby. Well, because I was tired of her. She was my first one. I wasn't used to giving birth, but I first saw her. The first thing I said was, "Oh my God, she was so beautiful." She was really, she had this curly black hair, lots of black hair. She had beautiful brown eyes, just smiling and staring. Was still trying to take care of her and give her a good life. You have. Yeah. in a way where, you have. And that's what I wanted for you. And my determination was, no matter what the situation was, I'm not going to be racist towards my daughter. I'm not going to allow anyone else. You were about, it was Halloween, we were about a month and a half old, took it to the mall, and someone said, that black baby yours? I said, yep, bitch, I'm proud of it. She's beautiful. Yeah. About you. So there was a lot of things like determination to try to find you all these years. And, just every, put out ads. And getting to know you and everybody here. Just determination, your struggles and what you've been through and how much you have accomplished.
That's a blessing.
And that is a blessing.
Yes, it is.
Just the determination of your grandma where she brought me that angel.
When I was 6 years old, right?
6 years
And
old.
no one had seen me since I was 4 months.
No one in the family has actually seen that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
So, my determination now is to make sure that you get to know your family and decide, your heritage and where you're from on both sides, not just mine.
Yes.
And I'm glad.
Thank you.
I'm glad y'all recorded.
So God,
Marvin,
good Lord,
Oh,
your
I-
self-determination.
She was.
I said something once. What is
Oh, I'm sorry. What did I say?
I probably thought of something else.
And Caitlin. Oh, and Caitlin. Oh, you almost got away. No, she did her.
Well, she didn't say what she was gonna do for the year, but no,
No, she did. Her. It's you. It's you.
Alright.
D'Anthony did it.
I already did.
No, it's Caitlin. Caitlin tried to escape.
I'm the one that wanted
I didn't try to
the
escape.
streets of railroad.
Yeah, no, we got everybody but Caitlin.
Okay, Caitlin.
D'Anthony did his. Everybody
Okay,
but
Caitlin,
Caitlin.
let's have it.
All right.
Anthony didn't talk about what he wanted to do for 2020.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah,
come
we
back
He's on the
here.
phone right now, so
Yeah, you can
Caitlin,
find
it's
it.
Oh, we're just talking about what we're gonna do for 2020.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
just
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about-
Your determination, yeah.
Okay, self-determination.
Okay.
Okay. You and Caitlin.
Well, just see what
Well, I'm
you're gonna
gonna
do in
strive for better
2020.
this year, 2020. This year I'm gonna strive for better. I'm trying to keep, whatever I do, trying to keep it, like trying to keep a better. Matter of fact, I'm gonna determine myself and trying to give me a better career. Yeah, a career. I'm gonna strive and I'm gonna be self-determined to give me a career and stop trying to get these little jobs because I need a career. Because I feel like that's the only thing that's gonna determine me to move forward as far as motivation. And I feel like I'm gonna determined. I'm gonna be more determined, to keep on helping out around, keep on being determined to help a grandma out. And father and auntie, I'm gonna stay determined to, keep the family. If they need help, I'm always be there for them. So I'm gonna make sure that's gonna be one of my determinations to keep this family, as far together.
Amen.
Just like I do with my brothers and sisters. I'm saying? That's my job.
God bless
To
you.
do that. Mhm.
I know it had to hurt
God bless
to have lost your job at this time of the year.
Yeah, this is my time, man. I feel real bad.
And you could have been sitting around licking your wounds, being depressed, being hostile, but instead, you looked at this house and said, I'm gonna help make it beautiful.
Yeah.
you. He should
I'm my best.
He said, Auntie, what do you need help? And look at the difference because of what you've done.
Right.
This house doesn't look the same
it doesn't.
because you have put it needed to help.
Yeah. And then
It
I
needs
feel
to
like if I wasn't working, I would have been able still to do it, but it wouldn't have been like this.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
but you
saying? So,
know.
I know y'all think but I know God works in mysterious ways, and He always, to me, this is my thoughts. It's only what I think. Okay. He always they like do if I ain't got something for you, I always got something else for you.
Yes.
So don't ever think that I ain't got nothing for you. So when you do that, I always jump to something else, and then he's like, I told you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't never be like, just sit there. It's always something.
I can tell you from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of my heart, I am grateful to you because I wanted to put up my tree last year. We kind of didn't got it. It wasn't right.
And I was trying not to
Yeah, but
budget
it wasn't
about it
right
too.
because it didn't finish.
It was half.
It was half.
It was halfway done.
And it discouraged me, but I said this year, and you had such a good spirit about it.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to make sure this year I was like telling my daddy, I was like, I'm gonna have everything in order this time for Auntie.
Yes,
So
you
when
did.
she hit me up,
And you were
like, I got it.
You were
I
praying
got
it. And you were praying it.
Because I was these whole months I was organizing it.
Yes,
So by the time it was this time, I'm like, okay, when
And
Auntie
it
hit, I'm gonna
showed.
bring it. Whenever she come, I'm gonna bring it.
And they put it back in.
Oh yeah, I'm
Oh,
definitely gonna make
gosh.
sure I
You helped
do.
And then you
Yeah.
helped in my room?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I look out for Caitlin. you know, and you know what I mean. That's the whole thing.
Oh, and think about it, you guys. My life has been 180% improved because I got a closet.
Oh yeah, I have auntie with a closet.
I could not have done that by myself.
Yeah.
That could not have done that closet. My closet fell down 2 years ago.
Everything happened for a reason.
80% of my work inaccessible.
That been down for 2 years?
2 days.
Yeah.
80% of my wardrobe totally inaccessible. I don't know what I got. I can't find what I got. It was a disaster. And I brought in somebody to look at it, asked them how much would it cost to do it. They said $8,500. I said $8,500. That's like building another room onto the house. Then they said the cheapest they could do it for was $4,500 to $6,000.
Is that good with a computer?
I mean, it's in a whole like the cleaners have a little thing that goes around. I mean, I was devastated. So I said to myself, well, I'll see if I can raise the money. I blah 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 blah. Then you always got other priorities, other things that come up. So for 2 years, I put up with this mess. And then I said to myself, I walked into that closet. Remember, I made a determination. My mindset reset said, I'm going to enjoy my house.
Right.
I'm paying all this money to pay the mortgage
And the light bill.
and the bills and to keep it rolling. That I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'm going to start fixing it up, making it look good, do all the things that it needs so it's a real enjoyable house. I said, why am I working otherwise if I can't enjoy it? And so I walked into that closet, and because my mindset is different. Now, it's amazing what a mindset can do. Instead of looking at the closet and closing the door, which is what I've been doing, and said, oh, hell, that's a big ass mess. I don't know what I'm going to ever do. And got my little temporary closet. I said, you got to go, temporary closet. I said, you got to get out of my room. Got to get out. You're in my way. I went into that closet. I said, closet. I looked at it. And I said, we can rebuild this. I said, we don't have to pay all that money. I said, we don't have to pay all that money. We can rebuild this for cheaper. And I called up and I said, who helped me fix it the other time? Years ago when it came down. I said, Bear did. And I said, wait a minute. I said, but this time, we're going to do it different. We're going to build it so it won't come down again. Yeah. I said, there's a way to do that without paying $8,500. I said, so I called Bear up and I said, Bear, didn't you do my closet last time? He said, yeah. He said, it's down? I said, yes. I said, it's a mess now. I said, but DeAnthony's here to help me. And we're going to take everything out of the closet so that when you get here, you can just figure it out how to fix it. I said, but I want it reinforced. Yeah. Because I don't want it coming down again. I said, I can't deal with that. So we need to make sure. So what we did this time was something we didn't do last time. I mean, you learn. I looked at the closets that's at the side of the closet that's never come down and compared it to the side that had been falling down. And I realized they were built different. That the side that's never come down had reinforcing rods.
Right.
At the top. I don't know why they got lazy and didn't build the whole thing right. So we had to literally go buy the other rods and add them to the closet to build it with the strength that the other side had. And that changed everything. And now that I got my closet back, I got my I got everything back. I got everything back. It has changed me because I'm not, that clutter in the closet was cluttering my mind.
Yeah.
You know, it was like clutter in my mind, clutter in my head, clutter in my life, discouragement, disorganization. And now I can go and I got it. It's so much fun. I'm enjoying it. I can twirl around in it. I can find anything I need. I know where it is. I'm enjoying stuff. I had a little robe the other day from China that I bought that I hadn't worn in a decade. And Caitlin saw it and said, "Man, it's so pretty." And I said, "Yeah." But now I know, right? Because now I can see it. So, you know, it's things, it's the little things in life that counts. I mean, that's not huge, you guys. That's not huge. Yeah. I ended up paying less than $500 to repair my closet. Yeah. Less than $500. Yeah. Because of mindset. Yeah. Mindset. Problem solving. Mindset. Isn't that something? Isn't that something?
So that means that you were determined to pay a lower price and determined to get it done at the same time, though.
Yes, and God sent me your help. Because another reason was I never could see myself hauling all those darn clothes out. Mm-hmm. And you and I were able to do something else that I couldn't see myself doing, which was putting it back in right.
Oh yeah.
So I knew precisely what it was. Mm-hmm. Putting it back in right.
Yeah, and then it was with somebody that time, that listens and
help you out. And we filled up bags of clothes to give away, bags of purses to give away, bags of shoes, bags. We just in there bags. Mama, I honestly, after that closet was finished, I honestly got down on my knees and apologized to God for having all this stuff. Yeah. Now you guys are laughing, right? I did. I said, Lord, forgive me. I said, forgive me because I've been running around here talking about what I don't have. I said, I got more stuff than I could ever use. I said, Lord, forgive me for just being so selfish, having accumulated so much that I don't need. I said, have mercy on me, Lord. I said, change me. Change me so that I'm better. Change me to make me better. I said, because I can't be like this. I said, change me. And thank you for revealing to me who I am and how I need to change. Yes. Mindset. Yes. Mindset.
All right, so Caitlin.
Well, Justin, but you didn't say what you're gonna do in 2020.
No, can we please get the Caitlin self-determination?
Oh, I thought she said her.
She's deflecting.
What? No, I'm not.
She's deflecting.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so of course you guys already. I don't think I told you all though. Did I tell y'all? I don't know if I told y'all. I told some of y'all anyways. But as you guys know, I was always gonna change my name. I don't know if I'm gonna do it next year, but I don't know if I told you guys the name that I was gonna choose for myself.
What you get another name?
A Shay.
A shitty.
Oh, a Shay.
Remember?
Name.
Yeah, last year we were saying it's like the Yoruba principle to a Shay.
What's that?
It's like the Yoruba principle to make change happen. Like you yourself make change happen.
Okay, so you just don't.
And it's also, you know what I mean, what we say around here for like aim.
She said she was gonna change her name.
Oh, look at the name. Oh, okay.
Yeah, not next year, but maybe some point I'm gonna change my name. My middle name, of course, is gonna be Marie. The middle name that you gave me. Yeah, that's the one I was. Yeah, so it's gonna be a Shay Marie.
Okay.
So you're keeping the A.
Yeah.
Because a Shay also means praise to God. Praise be to God.
Yes.
Which is also relevant.
Absolutely.
But one of the other things that I'm gonna really focus on next year.
In African ritual, like when we were doing the libations and stuff, a lot of when you go to other Kwanzaas and you watch them do the libations, they actually say Ashe.
Yeah.
Shade.
What that means?
It means praise be to God.
Praise
You
be.
being us all. Okay, so you gotta change your name.
Yeah.
You gotta change.
But next year, what I'm actually going to focus on is, and I already told Barbara that I wouldn't be a surprise that the look she gives me. I'm really going to focus on, okay, you guys don't know, but I'm creating my own social media marketing organization. Yes, you knew, but DeAnthony, Garmovera, and Marvin didn't. I'm going to create my own organization. Well, of course, I want to create, of course, a nonprofit for unification services and a nonprofit for, to help homeless people. But to start all that, I'm going to need a for-profit. and so I've got a social media marketing organization that I'm going to really focus on creating and cultivating next year. But Barbara's giving me that look to make sure that what happened in August doesn't happen again, and that I don't overextend myself
Again.
ever happen again, and that
What's
I
the
don't.
name of it?
Well, I don't want to say the name on the stream just in case someone says it, but I got a name for it. I got a name for it. I'll say it off. Yes, I'll say it off. But yeah, so that is my self-determination.
I think it's a worthy one. You know what Barbara Arnwein's request is.
That I remember that I can overburden myself and overwork myself. That I'm capable of.
That in order to achieve, in order to achieve one goal, you sometimes have to let something else go.
Don't you spend too much money?
No.
One of the things is school. You
don't manage?
Well, I failed all the classes this year because of what happened in August affected me more than I let anybody know. And I dealt with it on myself instead of coming to everybody. But the time I came to you guys, it was already too late to fix that. But and my own procrastination and things like that, like all those bad habits, they came back or were never gone. I was just suppressing them.
I pray over you. I honestly, I'm serious. I pray over you that God will fulfill your wildest dreams, that He will give you everything you need in order to be this person you need to be in life, that we need you to be. When I say we, the creator universe, need you to be, because God's put a blessing over you and in you, and it's got to come out, and it's got to be gorgeous. And I pray that in order to do that He works with you to reset your mind about time, and that you become very realistic about your time management, and that you not overburden yourself, overstress yourself, try to overdo yourself. You're good as you are, Caitlin. Caitlin, you're a remarkable person. You already are an amazing person. God, if His plan for you is to have this wonderful company that you could build and do amazing things, the nonprofits you talk about, all the things that God has put inside your heart, if that's His plan for you, then decide how you're going to make that happen without, because He did not put that in you to stress you out. He didn't put that in you to make you unhappy, to make you sad, to make you feel inadequate. That's not what He put in you. So sometimes when you want to do something, you got to let some things go. Think about it. Sometimes we have in us, God puts a whole lot in us, a whole lot of possibilities in us. And I mean, and I'll just, go once again to my own history. I'm not trying to live in it, but just one more story. I could have been an architect if I had known what an architect was.
Yeah.
I had no clue. But from the time I was a child, I loved building. And I would go into new homes, I would find new developments and travel wherever they were to watch them build homes. And I would tour the homes when everybody was gone. I would walk into the buildings, look at the way they built them, look at the stud work, look at everything. I love buildings. And I didn't understand that there was a career of design. I just knew I loved looking at the buildings. And I loved, going in and smelling the new wood, looking at the different patterns, looking at the different ways you could build stuff.
Yeah.
And, and also my dad was a construction worker. So he would point stuff out about construction whenever we would drive. So I didn't know anything about architecture. I didn't know it existed as a field, and I was so stupid. I just didn't know. And when I went into college, I was a year into college, in my second year as a sophomore, and I met a Black architect student who was dating one of the women at our college. And no, my first year, because she graduated that year. And I was so fascinated because literally I did not know the field existed. And at that point, it was too late, really for me to re-gear a lot of what I was doing. And I purposefully said, no, I'm not going to try to redo that. I'm going to work on this. I'm going to work on, this other career path, as you were saying. I'm going to work on this other career path because I can't do it all. I would love to be like Leonardo da Vinci.
Oh, you can't do it all by yourself.
Exactly. You can't.
I went and I tried to do this, that, all at the same time, and it stressed me out.
Oh, honey, it destroys.
I got depressed. My heart started going. So the advice also here is that in order to be your best at your best, pick what you know and what you have learned so far, especially from Barber, use that, and what you can still learn from Barber, what you can learn from seeing, different organizations, and really getting involved. You say homelessness, you want to really activate that by the person I saw last night in Washington, D.C., the helpful person, and I took pictures of it because I was so proud of it. She went out and was helping anyone out there.
I know, she's amazing.
Even
she's
a hat in a wheelchair for a guy.
She's amazing.
And it just, and that I saw that compassion in it, and use that compassion for the determination in every single organization. You can accomplish everything, but don't overload yourself.
Exactly.
Well, my whole
failure is a part of success. Failure is a part of success.
That's true. And think about all the artists. How many artists do you guys put up your hand if you ever heard of a famous artist having to go to rehab or who had to stop touring or something because they were exhausted? Exhausted. Exhausted.
Everyone has their hand up.
Exhausted. Guess what? They got managers. They got people who cook for them.
Yeah.
They got people who shop for them. They got people who drive them. They got people who babysit their children if they have children.
Radio tours.
Does their tours. They got 20 to 50 people supporting.
Yes,
and they're stressed out.
And
they're stressed out.
I try to do all of that. I run my organization and you know what? It wore me thin.
Exactly. And it just shows you that even with the best support, if you overload yourself, you destroy yourself.
Yeah.
Because why do they get stressed out? They try to do too much.
Overload.
They're trying to record, they're trying to act, they're trying to manage, they're trying to create a new company, they're trying to run a restaurant, they're trying to date, they're trying to watch the kids, they're trying to they overload themselves.
All I'm trying to do is just fulfill my potential.
But that's what they're trying to do too.
And your potential is what you can eat.
Right. Thank you, Mom.
Because you
Thank you,
will
Mama
be
Jean.
more time effective. You will be less stressed. You will be able to commit to the job that you're doing. Fully 100% heart and soul, that determination, that unity of family. It's like Barbara said, it's about the time management. It's about creating who you want to be at the same time and showing that to people at the same time, knowing that you can succeed up here and build slowly, step by step, to where you want to be without going like this.
Right. Yeah. And no, there. What were those 3 questions, you guys?
Who am I?
Really, who I think?
Yes. Yes. And am I all I ought to be?
Hard to be.
You know what my pastor says, and you know, some of the best preachers say, every once in a while you need to go and get in the mirror and look at yourself and say, I'm good. I'm everything I need is inside of me. Everything. God put it in me. I'm good, Lord, because you made me good. I got it. Yeah. You know, I know I'm enough. I know I can be more. And I'm going to take the steps, Lord, to get there. But I know right now, right here and now, who I am is good enough.
Do it without fear.
Yes. The Bible says over 34 times. It has a recurring theme. One of the most constant themes in the Bible is do not fear. Do not fear. Right. Right. Do not fear. Yes. Because, you know, it is so easy to have a sense of lack. Like I said, I had that sense of lack last year this time. I was sick. Look at us. Neither one of us are sick. We were so sick
We do
last
gotta
year.
get you some whipping boys though, just in case.
So
For your
what?
voice.
Oh, I bought some new Omega. I found the good stuff.
Yes.
Oh, we were just sick.
We were just allergies, just got the
And we were
bejeebies at
and we were exhausted. We had worn ourselves out. We hadn't taken the time to rest. And we were sick. And we both said to each other in November, we said to each other at the beginning of November, we're not going to get sick this year. We're going to do everything. So she's been telling me, rest.
Yeah. You always got exhausted.
And I've been saying to her, rest.
Just like sickness.
Yeah, because every time she goes up to Saranac Lake, it hurt every stress factor. And her life is at 100. Her psyche is at 100% stress.
Yeah.
Yes.
The trips that take monthly now.
Because she's dealing with her enemies and opponents. And uncertainty.
Even to it could take your burden to learn.
Then she's physically exhausted because of stupid trailways and Greyhound bus.
Yes.
Never acts right. Never.
I don't know why they've gotten so bad. Or I just didn't realize they were that bad.
She always has a travel mishap.
Yeah.
You know,
Especially when I was younger,
some travel mishap, always. And then you have to, get to where you are, and the weather's different, and so you are stressed.
That's what you do.
When you travel, that stress of the travel is so much. And the fact that you're doing it at wintertime, November, December, February, those are
I'm not dressed right.
right. Those are really bad weather, and you're going into the coldest part of the country. The coldest part of America is where you're traveling to. So you gotta, so that also is unusual. That's unusual. You got to manage that in a different, in your best way. So you got to, when you're calculating everything you're thinking that you're going to do, you got to remember, I'm under a special stress situation that I got to deal with. And that I need to make sure that I'm able to stay healthy, that I'm able to give myself enough time to get where I'm going, that I gotta know that I'm gonna have to recover when I get back, so I can't jump into something immediately. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just have to, there's nothing wrong with any of that. Because that's just the reality. No. When basketball players know that they're going to have to travel, when they're on that back to back to back to back to back to back crazy travel, they don't live the same way they live when they're not. They live different because they know that their bodies are going to be stressed. They know that they're going to have new demands on them. They're going to be away from home. They know that they got to be different.
Yep.
And they psychologically prepare themselves.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be stressed. And wait, here's what they say. Sorry. What they say is I could be stressed.
It's a high demand. Then it becomes high demand.
I could be stressed to avoid stress. This is what I'm gonna do. So it's like when you travel, you know that okay, the stupid bus is gonna miss forever. I gotta make sure that, like you were saying, I don't want to be carrying that big luggage because that's too much.
Grandma Kathy calls it a dead body.
Yeah, the dead body.
Well, I keep breaking all the suitcases.
Right, because it's too much. So you gotta go travel lighter.
Yeah, she reminds me of that age.
When you were that age.
I always travel with shoe bags. I just like maybe 2014 discovered what a closet was. Stuff actually in the closet. When I travel, I'm like you. And so Grandma Kathy and Uncle Ed, they kind of like made it so like I don't take a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what am I gonna wear? Well, no, I think she's fine. And then I wind up sending all the clothes.
But I'm proud of you, Kate.
I am too.
I mean, I think that that's something you need to know. We're proud of you. You're a beautiful person.
Well, it's
You're
just time to just keep rising, though.
You are. You know what? You know why you're going to keep rising? Because that's the natural order of things.
Yeah.
Right.
Where in life have you gone back?
In her writing.
No, just she's always gone forward.
Yeah.
Her trajectory in life has been a forward moving trajectory.
It was 1 year I went backwards, but Justin pulled me back forward.
Yeah. So look at that. Think about that. Don't have that fear in your mind. You're gonna go back, so you're not gonna achieve. Because that's impossible. So for you not to achieve, you wouldn't be who you are. You would have to have a total nervous breakdown, have amnesia, be sitting around the corner going, I mean, that's the only way. That's the only way you're not gonna achieve. Because the nature of who you are is a high achiever. And
now it's just about how do I achieve and just stay healthy and do what you guys are saying, but still be able to. The best way to achieve.
Go ahead.
The best way to achieve is don't give up.
Right.
Know when to ease off a little bit on the workload, but keep it under time management so it becomes more effective determination and success.
What they say in Rome, you go around Rome and you see that incredibly amazing city. Good Lord, everybody should go. when you see that amazing city, you see just all the incredible buildings, all the architecture, all the accomplishments. You know what you say? You know what they say about Rome? You don't know the saying?
Oh, the city wasn't built in a day.
Exactly. It wasn't built in one day.
Nor was the earth. Nor was the earth.
Right.
And they also
Right.
say when you're in Rome, do what the Romans.
Right.
I'm thinking about that too.
But it wasn't built in one day.
Yeah,
Like
People who burn out are people who just think they gotta do it overnight. It gotta be an overnight
And they
sensation.
work
and then I think
24/7.
about Roman too.
I got it.
I was told the Roman you don't start nothing you don't finish.
Right.
that was
You gotta be
Roman.
careful
Never
about
start
it.
nothing you don't finish.
You gotta be careful, and that's why you don't take on too much.
That's and so many people just start this, start that, and don't finish nothing.
Right, because think about it.
Uh-huh.
So all these years, think about it. I was frustrated about the architecture, right? Because that's what I didn't get to do. But when I decided to build this house, I took out every plan and reworked it.
Yeah.
In fact, I reworked the kitchen that they adopted my rework as their official diagram
They can.
because theirs was wrong. And I told them it was wrong.
Mm.
I said, your window's in the wrong place. It's at the wrong height.
So,
Remember?
Yeah, I remember.
And I told them, I came in and saw what they had done, and I said, oh, no.
They changed
And
that.
they came and they showed me the diagram, and I said, no, this is wrong. It should be like this. And I rewrote it on the diagram. They built it to my specifications and said, oh my God, she's right. That's how all of ours should.
Uh-huh.
And everybody whose home was built before mine in this design
Had that oven.
had the other and are mad. Once they saw, when they redesigned it.
Yeah.
I redesigned the sunroom.
Did you redesign these windows?
I designed this. I did. This was my work. The fireplace. All of this was my design. None of this existed in their plan.
Wow.
And so I was able to put that to work. That need, that desire to work. And now we're in a historic, beautiful building, and we keep freaking out, seeing what they can do with it.
Yes.
That we're in one of the most beautiful historic buildings in DC, and it's just fascinating to be in it. It's so gorgeous. So God has a way of coming back to you and saying, even the things that you call yourself leaving behind, He'll bring them back at the right time and the right moment.
Yep.
You know, because one thing they tell you to do, Mama, don't they say it? Another big thing that you find over and over and over in the Bible is what? Trust in the Lord.
It's a flower.
Right. Trust in the Lord. If you trust in Him, then you don't sit around crazy and anxious and
No,
nutty
you're doing the right
and
thing.
think about, I can't get there. No. Trust in Him.
Yeah.
Trust in Him. Trust in Him.
Yeah. Well,
He's
I
got
told him 88 years.
Because you know what He's got?
Trust me.
What He's got? You
Mm.
sitting up there thinking you're gonna be one thing.
Yeah.
He knows what you do.
Mm.
He will take you to levels that you never even saw. My little poor self, when I came out of high school, going to college, I wanted to be a teacher. Got to college, saw professors. I wanted to be a professor. College has got into trouble, brought a lawyer in, wanted to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
You know, your vision grows as your exposure grows. But also God already has a sideways plan for
He
you.
has a plan for you.
He has a sideways plan. Because see, you think it's like this, and He's thinking,
No. Yes, Lord.
I know how to move you into the right dimensions of your being.
Mm.
Don't ever doubt that He sees that. He knows the dimensions of it. He knows what they can look like. He knows what they should look like. Trust in Him. Stop being anxious. He's got
Anything to add, Justin?
I think they thoroughly have.
you.
And that's coming from you.
Trust in him. Trust him. Just know that, don't you, Justin?
Cause
You
he's
tell her
never
that, Casey,
failed me yet.
Just can tell you, trust him.
Say, oh, oh, I can't turn around. We come this far by faith. We come this far by faith. Leaning on the Lord. We're trusting in His holy word. He's never failed, because He's never failed me yet. And oh, I can't turn around. We come this far by faith. Oh, trust Him.
Work it out.
Yes, Lord.
Yes.
Thank you, Marvin, for bringing that song. It was a song in a minute.
Oh, yes. You never fail.
We came this far by faith.
There's nothing else but by faith.
Never fail me.
He's never failed.
We have fully covered self-determination.
You guys realize it's 12:53. We ain't got it about for another hour.
I said it is mindset.
Well, I think these are things that both moms have been waiting to tell me. Like, not both moms.
Or was Mama
Want a
finished?
picture by the Christmas
Yes.
tree.
That's right, because you gotta go. And we
Are you
tomorrow,
going today?
and tomorrow morning.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Did you text them?
You gotta go home.
She's going home tomorrow,
We'll
yeah.
figure it
Oh,
out.
he's going on.
All right, so we end the stream.
Yeah, thank you, Caitlin. Thanks, everybody who was watching. Happy today is Ujima. Ujima, Habari Gani, Ujima, collective working responsibility. We wish everybody the best Kwanzaa. Thank you for watching.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa.
And I think everybody should have Kwanzaa in their own home. Make it a
Amen.
tradition of your family. You'll draw closer together. Oh, what a feeling.
Oh,
There
yes.
is a sweet spirit in this place.
Oh! Speak.
Yeah.
Testify. Testify,
And
Marty.
that's not all right. All right, outside world.
Amen.